today. Thank you for checking out the broadcast. Now, I got kicked off my last one all of a sudden for no strange reason, but let me just get straight into it. After watching YouTube for a good amount of time, considering I am a solo independent artist, I run, own, and operate AT2D games. I have for several years now, and a lot of the things that people will see from the 3D side, a lot of the stuff that I've actually made myself, a lot of these things I do myself, including advertising, also things that include small events, learning classes and things that we have set up for kids, or learn how to play games and a bunch of other things so they can actually become independent artists. Now, I think the term independent artist nowadays, that I've basically gotten the small stuff out of the way, people are using the term indie for, I guess, profitability. Because if you look on YouTube and see a lot of videos that people are posting, you see thumbnails of certain things, man, that people say are indie, but I can tell you, once they've gone past a certain milestone on the stream, you're no longer an indie artist, okay? And some things that are actually being promoted like they used to be indie, but they're not, okay? So let me just get right into it. Do people actually know the difference between real indie and not? Or do they just look at the title of a video and go, well, this is indie? Do you even know what an independent artist is? I mean, the explanation is pretty much right there, proofs in the pudding. Independent, meaning somebody that pays for it, does their own advertising, they do their own thing, minus any major brands or labels. And I'm just kind of stick to what I wrote, man, so people understand the difference. Independent artists, they do not have major backing. Okay, an independent artist is somebody that basically does the work themselves, and you do not have a large group of people behind you that support you as some people who have already seen success. Okay, excuse me. Independent artists do not have people making videos about their content because independent artists are rarely heard of, except for the few games that you do hear about. Okay, an independent artist is discovered as opposed to vice versa. And what does that actually mean? That means you actually have to find this person and their material through going through social media and then actually downloading it and playing it. But if you actually understand what being an indie is, or you know what an indie because you're an indie, then you know how hard it is literally to get your material in front of other people, because people who have major backing, who are they're being supported, okay, and they may not say it, but they're being supported, which is why you may see a lot of their material in front of other people's stuff already, as opposed to like you like, okay, well, I'm an indie and I'm doing my thing, but at the same time, why do you always look on social media and see these same couple or few videos? You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say any names of games and try to put anything out there because the internet's full of trolls, and I get sick of people dropping comments in the inbox, in the comment box section, without even really watching the whole video. They just want to assume, so I'm just gonna keep it short and sweet. Okay. The games that you guys assume are indie games, okay, were once indie, but they're not indie anymore. Some of these games that you see, tons of the same videos promoting existing indie, meaning at one point they were made by somebody or an indie studio, and then other people came along and picked it up, and it's not indie anymore. Okay. Once again, if you have a bunch of people backing you, and thousands of people are making videos about your game, okay, if you're still independent and haven't been picked up, and it's just you and you blow up, then you're an indie that blew up. Okay, you blew up off your talent, and if you don't sign a deal, then you're still independent because you're not working through a co-op between another bigger corporation by providing them a product, or they give you a product and you make it better. It's a co-op. It's a contract. Independent work is what it says what it is. It's independent work. But see, a lot of big studios like to throw that in there, okay? Oh, it's indie. It's an indie game. No, it's not an indie game. Shit ain't been indie for years. Once again, if you've heard about something or you've seen a game that has made millions of views and it's made millions of dollars, bruh, it's not indie anymore. Just keep it 2,000, okay? For all the trolls that would have a sideways ass opinion, I really don't care about. The shit's not indie anymore, okay? Just keep it 2,000, or keep it 2,000. Skip the 1,000, bro. Go the extra step. You know what I'm saying? Some of these games people assume, and they're riding the fame off of it because other people who have bigger channels who are trying to blow up off of the support of other channels to gain those views by putting in the keywords, oh, it's indie. Every time I see a video that somebody posts and says, well, I'm going to show you the top indie games, some of them I've never heard of. But the majority of them, you could look and see how many fucking videos that people make about some of these things, bro. That, like, you could just scroll down the damn suggestion list and see the same damn video made by almost 100 different people. Now, I'm an indie. There's only one person that's actually made a video and previewed one of my games, and that's Game Dev Journey. Huge shout out. Because Game Dev Journey actually took a clip from one of the videos that I did, and he posted it. And when he posted it, I got a ton of followers off of it for people who are basically looking for an indie artist that does his own work or her own work, and they're actually indies, and they can follow these people. They're just not people with hundreds of thousands of followers and hundreds of thousands of views whose videos get shoved in front of everybody else, because if you're an indie and you can't pay for advertising, trust me, big companies are always going to have that budget to keep indies down. There's a huge difference between indie and these big ass company name games, man. Y'all still supporting the big name corporations no matter what people say. Okay? Moving right along. People are going to ride the indie bandwagon. Why? Because the same shit I said 3-4 years ago is happening. People trolled me and stopped following me and said, oh, this or that, bro, when I said that I played Fortnite and some of these other games. And the gameplay just felt the same. How many fucking videos do you see nowadays of people saying the same shit and making more views than me off of it and actually gaining a bigger following? That's why I said I don't really get into social media, because there's a lot of idiots on social media, and there's a lot of trolls and a lot of people who just want to say what they want to say. They're not just thinking logistically and going, well, yeah, dude has a point. He's right. But no, 2-3 years later, I got to turn around and see somebody that's got more views and followers than me saying the same shit I said, and people are blowing up off this. They loving it. Guys ranting, and, oh, fuck this and this shit, and they terrible this and that. I'm not going to make a video that's going to have company names and other people's video games and other shit packed into it, man, when I could just say what I need to say right here. And if you recognize it for what it is, then you will. But, you know, most people won't. They're scared of the truth. But it's funny how people actually make views and money off that shit, okay? So just be a real-ass person. Don't be one of these lame-ass people out here on social media, man, running with the crowd and shit. Don't support indie and then run back to the major shit for your views, because quite frankly, I can spot people out like that in an instant. Like, you can ask somebody, okay, well, pick the top 10 indie artists. Who are the top 10 indie artists in your opinion? Without somebody literally having to pick up a phone and go on Twitter or go on something and look at a bunch of video games and shit and then go, well, oh, I love this person. Well, they wouldn't have did it if you wouldn't have asked them. They would have just followed the crowd and did the same videos and put up, you know, you can see it for what it is, the little character with the horns and all these other games and shit. It's just not indie no more, bro. If they've made $1 million+ behind these projects, bro, and these guys are still making money just off other people advertising the game because everybody says this is the top best indie game, and some of these games came out years ago. You know how many indie games that have been produced in some cases that are better than some of the things that y'all looking, but because they're only looking at social media and what the big crowd people are saying, you're going to totally miss some awesome indie games. And there's some damn games out there better than mine that I enjoy playing. But you know what? Considering everybody looks at the top spot guy on YouTube who has 10,000 or 20,000, 100,000 followers, you're not going to find that indie artist, that person that's out there kicking ass, doing a lot better job than the same lame ass production that these big studios consistently sell people that are repeat pieces of shit. Now, sorry. What I said 3 years ago got me in deep water with trolls online because people said I was knocking the games. 3-4 years later, now you see a list of people saying the same thing. Stay-at-home devs said the same thing that I said. You tell me, how is it that people, I love the video, I love the shit. Shit's funny to me because it's real. It's everything that I've said. But at the same time, it kind of pisses me off because I'm seeing a whole bunch of people say the same thing that I said years ago that people hated on me on. So, as far as I'm concerned, go ride one. On to the next, man. My last and final point, and I'm going to give shots and props out to all my indies, my real indies, who at home grinding or at work. You out there putting in that work, going to work, so you can make money to follow your passion and do what you do and possibly make money off of it, as opposed to some overly comfortable motherfucker sitting up in an office somewhere that's making millions of dollars by selling somebody microtransactions. Because that shit killed gaming. I said that shit years ago. I've been gaming for 35 years. We didn't know a damn thing about AAA gaming back. We didn't even know what the fuck a AAA rate. People from my generation who play games were like, what the fuck is AAA rating? What exactly is a AAA rating? Like I'm not asking the question to be answered. Somebody that's been gaming since shit Mario on the screen and Duck Hunt. Like, bro, what to me? I don't even care for the explanation of AAA rating. AAA rating is some shit that people came up with to keep indies off the money. Don't think so? Let me give you two good facts. If you don't think that the industry that's sucking the life out of this shit right now created this whole rating that everybody wants to half-ass to follow, where they sold you consistent repeat shit that people keep paying for, why is it that an indie artist, very few of us, how is it that we can't create a AAA game? That's because you actually have to use the same software that those major companies use and be good at it. If you can afford to. Point number one. Okay? Seriously. And two, can you even get your hands on the software to make one? Because most game engines are only going to boil down to like two engines that I know of that most companies will actually accept the games that you will put out and produce. I use Godot. Yeah, I can use Unity, but I just like Godot better. And I don't give a fuck how anybody feels about that. Don't watch my shit. Unfollow me if you feel free. I just don't like using Unity because everybody's on Unity. I just want to do something different with my gaming that everybody on YouTube is not on. Yes, Godot has a smaller following, and that's why I fuck with it. It's kind of like the under gaming, but it's coming up because everybody else is dick riding Unity. Everybody's on Unreal and Unity. But tell me this. If those products, and they deserve praise because they're good products, but you have so many people that are putting out shit products that they are killing the brand. Nobody wants to really play AAA games anymore because so many people packed in that one slot and put out trash time and time again. And instead of major studios actually benefiting from lazy ass indie developers not really trying to make products and making a better product, what they do? They sold people the same shit I told them they sell them time and time, year in, year out. And they did. And people bought it. And they still buying it. And they making videos about the hypocrisy. So, this is why I choose to be a real indie. Less stress. Not to mention, like I said, man, you keep that AAA shit. That's just a rating of something that they created to keep people away from something. Like many other things in this world that we already know about. And I don't even have to get into it, and I won't, because this video is about gaming. And there's no place for gaming to even tie into politics or social matters and shit. But we know what I'm talking about. Same thing they did to people like me, women, and everybody else. Keep them off the shit. So if you just can't feel that, then, well, either you probably one of those closet motherfuckers that can't understand simple concepts. But everything that I've said here is a stated fact. It's something that somebody will eventually make a video about later on. And I'm probably going to watch it and comment on the video and go, hell, I said that years ago and people said, fuck you for it. But then again, I am somebody that's been buying games from certain companies like Nintendo and others for years. And I just got to a point to where gaming just sucked, bro. So I started making them. But the difference between what I see is going on in the gaming industry, I spoke on it before. And it's going to get better because people don't want fun games. They're looking for graphics. And quite frankly, are going to suffer because game engines that do provide good graphics, even if they provide good graphics, they actually have quirks in other areas. So it's never really like a definite, definitive thing. And if you're working as an indie dev, you know what I'm saying, please understand that you're not going to get that same advertising and out front play because of budget. You have to buy software, you have to buy a computer and certain other things that can hold that memory. And then on top of that, you have to be able to export it and make sure it's not going to have problems or it's going to crash. It takes a lot of work. Whereas a major company, they basically take over their department to take care of that. Which is why those games come out faster than indie games, because they have a department of people to work on those. There's no such thing as a person that's independent in department. couple hundred people, whatever, working in the same room on one project. That's not indie. One person driving a car is a solo ride. You put one more person in it, that's a passenger ride, bro. Come on, man, stick to the shit that's real. Anyway, other than that, I'm the Nick Mortis, bro. I'm finna go get something to eat. I'm skinny thin, man. I'm trying to get it in, bro. I gotta eat. I'm being here for a minute working on my own project. Huge shots of props out to the people, man, that showed love on this project coming up, because I got a few things in the works, man. I'm gonna drop a funny video on y'all one day, make y'all piss yourself laughing. Other than that, I gotta keep it professional from time to time, because people may come through here and they see me doing that, be like, bro, that's the guy that owns the company? Anyway, shouts out to all my indies out there, man, struggling, going through the real struggle, because indie is the struggle. And truth be told, there's no such thing as AAA. There's no such thing as AAA. That's just something that was created to ascribe a value to a certain something in life to keep other people off of it. If you can't afford it, then you're technically an indie. Accept it for what it is and love it, bro. I'd much rather be the underdog, you know what I'm saying? And keep that major label shit. Because you sign the deals and then they basically like take your project and they chop it up anyway and tell you what to do with it. So I'd much rather be indie anyway, bro. I don't want to take something I have and then give it to a major company and then have them slice and dice a damn good project. Because at the end of it, you probably won't even end up with the game you started with. You see what I'm saying? So, right. If you get to keep your rights, right? You sign away a lot of shit too when you actually sign a deal. A lot of people don't even know that. So y'all need to really decide what it is that y'all really supporting, rather than just following the popular crowd. Stop looking at social media and watching the keywords or the titles and looking at the thumbnails and going, well, oh, this indie game's hot, because you're not supporting indie. You're just supporting another title that's already made it big, and people who don't even fuck with indie people. If they did, you'd see them previewed on their videos. How many people you actually know that have already hit big that even preview, co-op, do videos with, even do the video people like people who have smaller channels? How many people you know who have huge fucking channels that even go out for people who have channels of 5,000 or 6,000 followers and even do fucking videos about they shit? That's because they don't care. But everybody that's indie that knows, okay, well, it's going to be a ride in the game. Some of them give up and just do like everybody else and just start following the big shit until they get a crowd. And then they want to push their shit in front of other people's shit after you done push the industry shit. See, once you done push industry shit for so long, the industry's going to get behind you because they know you're supporting them. So they're going to be willing to support you. Meaning, you make the videos about popular shit, people going to watch them. You're going to develop a crowd off of other people's material. You're not doing it as an indie. You dick riding somebody else's shit that's already made it. So people can see you, and then you put your material up there with it. Then people go in mass numbers. Oh, whoa, why? Because they know you support that. Rather than just being a real indie. Real indies don't really follow other companies' shit, because technically you are the competition. So do you really support an indie artist? Can you really sit down and write 10 real indie names on a board in front of somebody and go, well, yeah, I've never heard of these people? Because if you do, most people wouldn't even hear of anybody on the list. Supporting somebody that's already made a game that 3,000 other people have made videos about has nothing to fucking do with indie at all. It has nothing to do with indie at all. You're just supporting major companies and boosting them up so you can either get a deal or noticed. And that's not the same as doing it from the ground up. There's a lot of people on Instagram that I know where I've downloaded their games right off Amazon and other shit, played it, gave them real spots, told them what it was, and even made videos about them. Once again, how many people from fucking PlayStation actually do that for people who have smaller channels on YouTube? None, because they don't know you exist. Just like an indie, you're an independent creator at that point until you get picked up, and then when you get discovered, you payroll it. You're not indie no more. Do people even know the difference? I guess they don't. Go ahead and follow the crowd. Anyway, I'm Nick Dick Morris. I'm finna go get me a po' boy chicken sandwich or some shit, man. This whole video making shit makes me tired and hungry. Anyway, love y'all, man. I'm out.